Hello and welcome to Idea. I am Maggie.
My name is Michelle.
And we are here for Idea. So Michelle, what's Idea?
Idea is inclusive dialogue on energy in Africa, where we're looking at having different individuals, all professionals coming together to have inclusive discussions on matters partaking energy.
Yes, and it's not just in Uganda. It's not just in East Africa. It is in Africa. And you know, we're quite a little bit more optimistic because we could just take over the whole world. But anyway, so Idea, inclusive dialogue on energy in Africa, and we're calling upon everyone at any stage of the value chain to be part of the gang. The movement. So what is the mission?
Is to be at the steering wheel of objective, inclusive and independent discussions and partnerships partaking in the future of Africa's energy sector.
That's very important because now more than ever, the discussion about energy, mineral resources and things like this are taking over the global scene.
Yeah.
And our very own Uganda, I think right now we're having a lot of controversial topics and conversations surrounding ECOB, the oil as a whole.
Yeah.
So how about we have a platform that brings, quality, authentic information together, and we can be able to break it down for the common man.
It's very important to actually have independent views because we're all professionals that are out there to share the knowledge we've learned from either practice or from
experiences in different walks of life, what we probably picked up from school and things like this. So if we can actually have a pool
of that information, it can guide our decisions better as opposed to it being one-sided or driven by different factors that we might not really understand.
Okay. Yeah. So you told us about the mission statement. So how do we hope to achieve this?
We definitely have action points as well as goals. So with our goals, they go hand in hand. You have a goal and how do you hope or aim to achieve it? Definitely. So with our first, would want to ensure that we can create an independent and non-partisan organization that represents the interests of the people, encouraging the discussion of key issues within the energy sector based on right and inclusive data and statistics from varied sources, and also to bridge the information gap in the energy industry. Our major action point on this is to ensure that we have different data that is collected together, shared on different platforms, the Twitter spaces that have been happening.
Yes, oh my God. Idea is going to be organizing so many Twitter spaces for you to actually be able to break down this kind of information for you. I know just this morning I was talking to a friend and they were talking about the videos I used to do back in the day about explaining things like IOCs. What are IOCs? International oil companies. And so for me, it may actually seem very basic and straightforward because it's my background.
Yeah.
But it's not obvious to each and every single person.
And yet our resources?
My responsibility, your responsibility. We probably, you open newspapers all the time and you're reading things like tier 1 contractors, tier 2 contractors, Albertine grabbing, upstream, things like this, which actually relates to, but they relate to a resource that actually directly interfaces with you.
Yeah.
So how about we break this down for you so that you can understand what this is all about, so that our resources are also your responsibility.
So I really want to invite you very much to come on board and engage with us, partner with us if you might, such that we have people, and most especially young people, because we are at the driving wheel of this generation, Gen Z,
Gen Z.
We're pushing for different ideas and using technology to come on board. So if we come together, there's a lot. That movement is strong.
Yeah.
It has a lot of energy and it speaks volumes.
So how else do you hope to achieve? Do we hope to achieve our mission?
Well, keep tuned.
Our next objective at Idea is actually to demystify the myths and misinformation in the energy sector. Just like it has always been said that our oil is extracted at night.
What?
And then transported to the market.
At night you extract oil?
Exactly, but we understand that this is actually not possible because to drill an oil well, it can even take a full month or 15 days to complete the well. So it's literally impossible, and that's why we come into play to correct that and to deliver the right information to the public.
Yeah, that is very, very nice, because we have to deliver this information to the local, very, very local person.
Exactly.
The person who doesn't even know. Imagine there is someone who doesn't know that there is a well which has to be drilled before you can start the production and everything.
True. the other objective of IDEA is actually to partner with different institutions, both government and in the private sector. In doing this, we shall be looking forward to get sources where we can acquire authentic information.
Exactly. I think that is a very big statement.
To see how we can help these institutions get the information reach out to the public faster and earlier as they may wish it to be, and in the most suitable way, suitable and convenient way.
Which institutions are you talking about? The government and
Yes, for the government we are looking
I'm sure
at
they would want to see us mention them here, the ones who want to
yes. For the government, we are actually looking at the different energy ministries for the different countries. Wow. We are looking at the different authorities that are being established by the different governments. For example, the Petroleum Authority of Uganda. We are looking forward to collaborate with international oil companies, collaborating with mining companies, collaborating with the renewable energy companies. And with all this, through these collaborations, we believe that the information will reach faster and more conveniently to the different audiences. In addition to those bodies that I've mentioned, we shall as well bring in the factor of the civil society.
Let's not forget these other friends of ours, the activists, the environmentalists,
absolutely.
They are for our environment. We acknowledge that, and it's really
the human rights activists. So we shall ensure that we collaborate together with everyone, all the players in the industry, then to see how the energy sector can be taken, or it can be made a better place.
The next objective is to encourage non-biased discussions, not hinge on political, religious, tribal, and other differences.
True.
That is what we are going to be doing in DC now. I will always use the example which most people understand for now. It's the oil and gas in Uganda. You see, so there is a lot of politicizing. You see, like we think this thing is for the ruling government. The thing is maybe whatever the government is doing, they are trying to benefit their government. Maybe the tribes. It is for here in Uganda, it's for the Banyoro because it was discovered in Banyoro. So anything made will be like, this one, even when a Munyoro gets a job, people will be like, it is because he's a Munyoro. But even when he qualifies for it, so we need to bridge that. We need to remove that. For instance, I think there is an example. There is a country in Africa which I may not mention. They had a problem with. They had a problem with what is called resource curse, and that came up because of change of political power. You see, they politicized it. So when these people came, they wanted to change everything because they thought the other one was on their political thing for the other political party which was there. So when they came in, they wanted to also have their different.
And actually, it's an issue that can affect the industry if it's not handled well in its early stages. So at IDEA, we shall actually put that point to be a point of focus where we shall ensure that at least every citizen gets to understand that the energy sector is here to benefit
everyone, and I think we shall do this through having discussions, inclusive discussions, where we bring different people, different tribes on board, and you see they all get to know of exactly that this thing is ours. It is not for this one. We shall bring different politicians to come and give their views, and we all come to one point to know that this resource is benefiting this country. If it is gold, it is benefiting this country. If it is an energy resource, it is, because there are a lot of things, like I really get so pissed when I hear someone saying, this one is doing, even when something is valid, they will look for that,
True.
Because there is nothing which can be 100%.
Absolutely.
Then the other person will look for that small.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to be addressed.
Now we have our next goal as to encourage young people to embrace the energy industry through research, innovation, and creative arts for sustainability.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
It's really a very interesting objective.
Yes.
How do you intend to solve that? How do we intend to solve that?
Okay. How we are going to do this? We are going to do this through engaging various academic institutions through tours, conferences, competitions, and career seminars. These can be organized at schools, they can be organized at universities, they can be organized at maybe hotel level, depending on the place and depending on the funding which is available.
So should I say that even in high schools you may reach there to give these young
Of
people
course. These are our major targets. We want to impact the world, the African continent to the maximum we can, and mostly we are targeting the young people because they are the future of the countries, they are the future of Africa. It's like the power is in their hands, the power of the future and everything.
Actually, now I see where IDEA is really aiming to take this energy sector.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been introduced to IDEA. We've gotten to know the objectives, the goals, and how they will be executed. So now we need to understand the energy sector in Uganda. So Davis, tell us about it.
Well, thank you very much. IDEA, the new kid on the block, our new baby boo. I'm glad you already know about it. So, the oil and gas sector, actually, this is the best time to talk about the oil and gas sector. I don't want to talk about ECOP, yes, but right now, everyone on WhatsApp groups, everywhere I go, people are talking about ECOP. So let me tell you about the oil and gas sector. Our oil story began way back in the 1920s when the then government geologist E.J. Wayland discovered some oil seeps in Butiaba. And there has been a lot going on until 2006 when our first discovery was made. So we discovered oil in 2006. And since 2006, very many dates were put up. In 2011, we expected first oil, then 2013, then I think next year, I think was 2018. So
it has been pushed.
Yes, there has been a big delay. And of course, the government reason was always that they are building capacity. Which capacity they have built, because right now, most of the stakeholders of the oil and gas sector are managed by Ugandans. When you talk about Petroleum Authority of Uganda, for regulation, Uganda National Oil Company, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, and then you also have the international oil companies, and for our oil and gas sector, we have Total and CNOOC. So there is a lot that has been going on in the oil and gas sector. It has been very many years to get to this point. And earlier this year, that was
February.
Yeah, that was Feb. Is when we signed the final investment decision. Final investment decision is basically like a decision, a round table decision where companies, international oil companies and government sit and agree to the terms and conditions.
Contracts.
They get into contracts and they agree to invest the money. So once it's signed, they can't withdraw anymore.
I think it is an estimate of $10 billion.
Yes,
that they intend to invest.
Yeah, that intend to invest in the sector. Yes, and until just recently, everything was going smoothly until the European Union came up with a resolution, apparently started by activists around the world to stop the East African crude oil pipeline.
For a year.
And that, yes, for
which
a year.
Is not a bad idea.
So that has sparked debate. Everywhere on social media, people have been talking. In fact, recently, I was on a WhatsApp group. I was just actually on WhatsApp. Somebody sent me a message. He said, go on this group. Somebody has posted content there and answer. So when I went there and did, like, I gave basic information, people were bitter. They were saying, our oil, what are we going to benefit from this oil? What? Then, and of course, someone actually posted and they said, we are entitled to our opinion, which is a very good thing. But IDEA now comes in a very unique time. We all have opinions, but we should also know that ignorance of the law has no defense. So as you make your opinion, understand that this sector is not like a meme. Any opinion, any matters, anything you give has an impact on the wider population. And so that's why I'm very happy that this inclusive dialogue on energy in Africa is a platform that gives you the mandate to speak objectively, to speak, independently, without any attachment to politics, but with the right data, the right statistics, as they have already told you some of our objectives, and from very valid sources. So I realize that we have an information gap, and very many people have little or no information. Some who have information, it's not right, and some of them are now, taking advantage of a naive population, a bigger population that also doesn't have a lot of knowledge on these facts. And so I feel
and also misleading them actually.
Exactly. So idea has come at the very right time when we feel like we can now come up and spark this debate, teach young people about oil. The people who don't know about oil now need to know. Come with your opinions. Those who have misinformation, we are going to give you the right information with the right sources, with the right data, and then we shall make the energy sector, the future of the energy sector in Uganda, in East Africa and Africa, have a very bright future.
Yes, so meaning that idea is inclusive. It will allow the public interact with the stakeholders, as Davis informed us, to even make informed decisions, to identify the gaps that can be filled, and also give the public, which is misinformed, to have the right information about different opportunities, what they can do, which contracts have been given out, what are the available opportunities for the youth, what should they do to be engaged very, very effectively for them to benefit better, and also to benefit the whole East Africa and Africa at large.
So it's been really exciting having you with us on this launch. Clearly we shall be having more bigger, mega events like we said before. Discussions, and we really hope to see you the next time so
Please
that
join us.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
like
fun.
we said, we're going to have school tours, we're going to come to your university, we're going to come to your district, we're going to come to your home.
We shall be on your TV set, shall be
on your radio, we shall be on Twitter. So how about you come and join and be part of this movement, which is advocating for our resources, my responsibility.